Hey, so yeah, I'm very excited because this is the first video sharing content actually. Um, I hope my introduction presentation wasn't too long. And so now, as I told you, I want to focus on thoughts, how our thinking, what we say in our heads is so important because it can makes a it can makes us feel well, feel good, or feel really bad. That is the power of our thoughts and what is going on in our head. Um, I think before I actually jump into it, like into the core of it, I just want to introduce that. I mm, I have been very unconscious about my thoughts, what I was thinking for my whole life, but I was happy. I grew up as a happy kid. I was a very, or I am a very happy person, and I have been all my life. Um, Maybe you can say I was lucky because I was born in a middle class family, well educated, happy people, I guess, a happy family. Of course, problems like every family is, family problems and personal problems and so on. But in general, we were happy, or we are happy, and yeah, and I don't know. I think, I think we were happy in a superficial way, maybe, um, and and yeah, and we were happy because of things we were doing, and and I guess very much kind of the Greek philosophers, Epicure, all this carpe diem kind of mentality, like having good food, party, doing a lot of outdoors and a lot of great activities, a lot of travels, and all that was actually a really cool life. But maybe there was a lack of deepness to it and a lack of yeah, maybe deeper contribution, maybe. Mm, and and I guess all that actually kind of stopped when I had like a life crisis in 2019, more or less, and I was kind of, yeah, I was not, because of my life circumstances actually. I was not so happy in my job, and having problems with my colleagues, and I was like lacking purpose. I was asking myself, what's my purpose, and I don't know. And so I was, and that was all. This is thinking. Do you realize all this is thinking? So when you're in a job, and of course, maybe you can actually not be fulfilled in a job, but what you say to yourself will create your reality also. So if you have those thoughts like, I hate my job, I hate the people, I'm not happy, and so on and so on and so on, this is just a meaning you give to things. Another person could be very happy in the same situation because the person might value different things. I know I wasn't happy in my job because at the time, for me, I was not actually understanding the benefits of my job, and I was not, I was kind of very radical maybe in my thinking in terms of environment and so on, and I was not, yeah, I think I was a bit kind of in a utopia kind of thinking, and so I was seeing the negative in my job, in what we were doing, and so on and so on, in my work, and all this is thinking. You see, all this is the meaning you give to things, all this is thinking. So this is how important thinking is. um, so um, and so because of that, I started to do a lot of personal development actually, and to become more conscious about my thinking, even though it has been a progression. And I would say until now, and of course I know there's my potential is much bigger, and I can improve a lot in my level of consciousness, being conscious of my thoughts and how I can improve my thinking and so on. I know there's a long road to go still, but I have made a huge progress. And it's funny because now I think I'm enjoying my life a lot because of my life circumstances, but more than this, because of my thinking. So, so I'm having more and more positive thinking and attaching positive meaning to things, and less resistance, because this is also something that makes us suffer a lot, is the resistance to the present moment. And the resistance comes from what we think. So something is happening, and we start to think like, I don't want to do this, so I'm not happy here, and this all this is resistance to the moment. And when you are not resisting the moment, you actually don't think. You're just in flow, you're just there, and you just enjoy what's going on. um, and so this is very important also, to change your thinking, to change your relationship to the present moment. And so and to finish on the context of this session on thinking, and is that because of that life crisis, I also had an epiphany. I'm not going to tell all of it and all the details and all the factors. And I actually wrote an article you can find on my website about it. And so you will have much more information on it on my website. So I invite you to go there and check. And I think it's a good article and it will help you. So please go and check it. But basically, I had an epiphany. I felt amazing for quite a long period. And in that period of feeling amazing, my thoughts also were amazing. I was really driven. I had this huge purpose, and all that. Yeah, and then from that day also, I became every time more conscious. I read some spiritual books, and I learned a lot. And I think there's a lot to learn also from spirituality. I was a non-believer. Now I must say I don't really know what's out there, but yes, maybe there is more. I don't know. But what I know is that we can learn a lot about spirituality. There's a lot of truth and a lot of great teachings, amazing teachings from spirituality, whatever it may be. And yeah, and so here we are today. So how important is your thinking? Are you conscious of it? That's the first question. Am I conscious of my thinking? All the things that are happening in your head, is it automatic? Or you can actually observe all this thinking and say, wait, no, this thinking is bullshit, or this thinking is not helping me. I need to change my thinking. So this is the first step, to be conscious. How to develop consciousness? Meditation, observing yourself in silence, or because you concentrate on your breath in the meanwhile, and thoughts will come, and things will come, and you just observe them. You relax and you go back to your breath, or you just do a guided meditation and you focus on what's going on in the guided meditation. It can be music. I love to do relaxing music, and I focus on the relaxing music, and I relax myself. And all this is a way to build consciousness, awareness. That's very important. It can also be a decision, like, you wake up, or you say, okay, now I'm going to be conscious. I'm going to be aware of what's going on, of what I'm doing. So when you do something, you are fully immersed in it. And you stop, to go from one thing to the other, and just to be totally in reaction to the simulations around you. So you are in deep focus. So yeah, so to build consciousness, meditate, practice the intention of consciousness, like to eat, for example, mindfully. You eat slowly. You actually, okay, where does this food come from? This food is has a benefit for me. You actually, you take the time to mash it and so on. To process it, and yeah, you can do this with many activities, and try to do one thing at a time and do it fully. That's a way to practice mindfulness, consciousness. And once you become more conscious, so you know what's going on in your head, and what you want to do is, and you want to believe what you think. That's the only way that it will have a real effect on you. So just positive thinking won't work if you don't believe it. It's like, say, yeah, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. But if you don't believe that you're rich because you're poor, well, it won't work. You need to believe it. So you need to find a truth in it. And for example, yes, even if you're poor, yes, you're rich, because what is being rich? It's not only having a huge bank account or a big house. Being rich, it's actually inside, right? That's the biggest, the main richness. The main wealth is inside. It's what we have inside, how we feel, being aligned with life, having a lot of energy, being full of love. This is being rich, right? And then you can find a meaning in it. Being rich can be something as simple as, oh, today I smiled, and my smile made a positive impact on one person. And that's very rich, that's very fulfilling, and that's much more important than money. But of course, we need money. I'm not going to say we don't need money, and it's super cool to do great things with money. It's even better to help people with money. That's actually the best you can do, is to help people with money. Um, and um, yeah, and to build things with money, and so on. So it's very important. But inner fulfillment, it's what is the most important. So um, so the second step about thinking, if positive thinking doesn't work, you have to believe it. So you have to start to find, and to believe it, you have to start to find new meanings, put new positive meanings in your life. And the more new positive meanings you find in your life, the more you will be able to have positive thoughts that you will believe in, that will have a positive effect on you. For example, you scenario A. You wake up, it's a normal day of work, whatever. You wake up, somehow you're not feeling amazing, and you have a difficulty to wake up. The day is not that attracting in terms of what you're going to do and so on, and you have negative thoughts, and then it's getting worse and worse. So you're like, I'm tired, or yeah, I don't know, I'm not feeling so well, and then it's a negative cycle. Obviously, it can change. Sometimes it can change because something happens in the day that opens you up, and you change, or because somehow you have a new positive thought, a new thought pattern. That's a very important word, actually, that I'm going to talk about right now. We have patterns of thoughts that repeat themselves. We condition patterns of thoughts because during our life, people talk to us, we talk to us, we do things, we give a meaning to all this, and all these create thought patterns. And then in that thought patterns actually kind of condition us, and it's really hard to change our life with the same. You can't actually change your life with the same thought pattern. If you think the same thing, you can't really change your life, because you will always go back to the same thing. So there are patterns that we need to change. And yeah, and so I'm going to now go to scenario B. So scenario B, you wake up, you're feeling great, and you have positive thoughts. I'm feeling great, I'm super intelligent, I'm eager to do this, no. And then because of that, these thought patterns are going to actually open up your energy, and so you are actually going to do things maybe in a better way, which will be positive. And so you see how all this can be trends, positive, negative trends. And so what to do if you are starting in a negative trend? What to do? First, so the feeling, so you can be conscious about the thought pattern and say, wait, I don't like that thought pattern, I need to change it. But it's hard because you're feeling bad, right? The feeling is very important. So the way you feel will tell a lot about what you will think and what you will do and so on. So you have to change the way you feel and the way you think, and both are linked. There are many ways. So for example, when you do a physical activity, it's naturally, you have happiness chemicals when you do some physical activity, when you move, when you dance. For example, you listen to music you love, you hug people, all these kind of small activities that you think is not a big deal, but you can actually do it easily every day in your life. All these activities produce happiness chemicals, and can change the way you feel and the way you think. So these are very easy things to do. The problem is that when you're feeling bad, you don't want to do anything. You are closed. Your energy is closed. So you don't want to hug anyone. You're not very attracted to listen to the music you prefer, even though that's pretty easy to do actually. But you have no will, to do things. So yeah. So you need to be prepared actually to anticipate. Okay, if tomorrow or the next time that I feel bad or something, I will listen to my favorite music first. I will dance to it, for example. I will hug someone, or I will send a nice message to someone. I will tell my mom I love her. I will tell my brothers or my siblings I love them. I will praise someone. That's very effective, to praise someone, to say something from the heart, not a fake praise, like a real praise. Like, oh, you're beautiful today, or oh, I love your clothes. It makes you shine. Saying things that make people smile and open up, that opens you up even more. So that's very important. But the idea here is to make you feel better. There are many ways to do it, because if you don't feel better, it will be very hard to have positive thoughts. And you see how everything works together. So you have to do little things, work, deep work, working on something meaningful is also a very good way to build energy and to open up and to create positive thoughts. Um, and yeah, and the meaning you do to everything, being grateful, gratitude, it's so important. So you start your day with gratitude, you end your day with gratitude, you express gratitude during your day, you recognize what you can appreciate at any moment, and actually you need to trade your expectations for gratitude. So when you are expecting things and you expect things to be a certain way, it's really hard because life is, we are many people in life, many things can happen, we can't control, we control a little bit of it, and so things can go another way quite easily. So if you're expecting things to be a certain way, you won't feel really well. On the other hand, yes, you can set an intention, but you can appreciate. So if you are expecting, I don't know, yeah, you are expect the food, so you have big expectation for the food, and then you eat and you're like, oh, but that's not as good as, no, why, what's going on? Appreciate it. Hey, you have food, someone cooked for you, or even if you cooked and it wasn't that good, like, like the planet Earth gave you food. This part of the food were live beings, being plants, animals, whatever. Be grateful, I mean, for those beings, for that energy that you are taking. Be grateful to nourish yourself. And we are what we eat, so be conscious about what you eat. But that can be a whole subject. I mean, here you saw that there are many things that we could develop for hours and hours and hours. I'm kind of talking around thoughts and everything that affects our thoughts and our thinking patterns. But yeah, we could do definitely some video just on food and what to eat and why and so on. And also we could do, a video on gratitude and so on. But so be grateful, appreciate what you have, appreciate what's going on. Know that life is perfect as it is, and even the hard moments and hard moments are here to make us grow. That's a great meaning to find. Of course, there's always the first shock, and there's always, when something hard happens to us, um, and because we have those automatic thought patterns and we are conditioned like that, so we kind of think it's normal to think like this, and unconsciously we are thinking like this because that's what we learned. But you can learn a new way, and you can quickly wait, is this serving me, is this thinking serving me, like thinking like I'm a victim, or thinking this is so sad, and what I'm going to do. And no, you have to change your thinking. You have to say, okay, what thought can be beneficial to me, what can I learn from that situation, what is beautiful in that situation, how is that situation making me better, or making me more great, or how, yeah, what can I appreciate about that situation. If someone dies, instead of focusing on the fact that the person is not there anymore and that you will miss that person, and of course you can miss that person, and that's very healthy, but you can say, hey, I have beautiful memories about that person, and that person gave me so much, and I learned so much, and that's life. And and yeah, so many things, and this can be very deep actually. And in coaching, we go deep on this stuff because we take the time, and we take the time to build it. And again, by yourself it's so hard, actually, to change, and you will change slowly and slowly and slowly, and that's good. And we need to work on ourselves and read positive books, and learn, and grow. It's so important to grow. Happiness, fulfillment comes from growth, from being a better version of ourselves, and so on. um, but that's the beauty of coaching, is that because someone else can listen to you, and that will be very effective, because it's our thought pattern. Sometimes we don't even realize it's not serving us. We think it's the reality, we think it's our truth, but that's not our truth. Everything is a thought pattern that somehow you have developed, and so we can always improve it. Sometimes it's very limiting, sometimes it can be even improved. It's good, but it can be even better, right? So the coach can listen to you and can actually see what's limiting you and help you to see it as well, to change it. And the coach can make you make progress much quicker. So you can save years with a coach. You can save a lifetime, maybe something you would take your whole life, and you will change a little bit in your whole life because you're doing it by yourself. With a coach, maybe you can do it in 6 months, in 1 year. um, or even less. It depends. And it also depends of your readiness, of your engagements, because the coach can say anything, but if you're not ready to change, you don't want to change. Well, you won't. So you also have a part of you who need to be proactive, need to want to change, and the coach can help you also to develop that motivation to change, but it has to come from you. So that's the beauty of coaching, also for changing our thinking pattern, which can definitely condition your emotions. So it's crucial, and the way we feel is the way we will live our life. It's I mean, it's I think the purpose is also to feel good in life, right? And when we feel good, we know we are more creative, we are more loving, we actually do the things we really want to do. We are more true with ourselves, and so on and so on and so on. So yeah, what can I say? It's so important because our thoughts are going to condition our emotions. How do you want to feel in life? Do you want to feel happy? What kind of emotions do you want? And being conscious and changing your thoughts will impact a lot on that. So take it seriously, and maybe start with simple exercises. Try to focus on feeling good. Try to be conscious of your thoughts by meditation, being grateful. Start to find a new meaning and change the meaning when you see that the meaning is not serving you, the thought is not serving you. Change it to something that is serving you. Believe in it. So don't just have positive thoughts that you don't believe in. Always try to find something that link a positive thought pattern to something you really believe in, and you can really believe in, and you can build that belief. And remember that coaching can help you with all that, and it will be my pleasure to serve you, to develop those new thought patterns and new emotions in your life, so you can become much more and achieve much more. Yeah, I love you. Have a great day and take care.